Hi there. It's Thursday, October 23rd. This is the working group serving benchmarking tools contributors meeting. Just a reminder to abide by the CNCF code of conduct. We'll be short today for attendance. We have milestone 1.0. We are focusing on the P0 issues, with two of these being handled by Cha and Aish. The ETA is the first week of November, so there may need to be some offline follow-ups here. As far as new issues go, see, Brendan, you opened this Helm charts one.
Right, yeah. So right now we have a workflow that pushes Helm charts on every release. It would be nice to have a workflow that pushes Helm charts on every change committed. This is just because we have like an immediate need for a Helm chart, and we would be, in order to like with the workflows as they currently are, we would have to wait until we cut the next release.
So pushing the Helm chart on every change, there's like two versionings here. There's the inference perf tooling versioning, but that's reflected in the latest image. For Helm charts, this change could watch the Helm chart directory, and then we could have a Helm chart latest tag if we really wanted to. But I think as far as getting up a Helm chart initially, if there is just a workflow that's able to be manually executed that just takes the current state and pushes it, ideally like parameterized, so that we can have a new Helm chart published that targets the latest stable release of inference perf, and then also the latest image. So two different ones. That would be great. So on change is one thing. I think it's separate from publishing the first version of the Helm chart. So do you have a difference in like wanting to publish on change versus wanting to publish the initial version?
I'm indifferent as long as we have a Helm chart up relatively soon.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have feature allow picking input output lengths from random distributions with prefix hits. Shared prefix dataset. Combine the two into a random with shared prefix dataset. Sampling input lengths from a distribution. Sampling expected output lengths from a distribution. Okay, there's some overlap between this and what's requested out of rounds per user. In issue 179. So covers an approach for extending the shared prefix set. Would that configuration. So basically, the rounds per user extension to shared prefix allows like the configuration of the question distribution, the output distribution, and system prompt distribution, as well as enabling multi-turn. And multi-turn, where rounds per user equals 1, is equivalent to the base shared prefix dataset. So I'm just going to suggest taking a look at that and asking if that configuration covers what they're asking. Okay. Okay, the next is this bug. I'm not sure that we've been able to get any further information on this. So I think we will follow up on this. I know Dana's out of office currently. All right, open PRs. We have user session support to support multi-turn chat. This includes the shared prefix data gen. And we have some testing, okay. I will follow up and take a longer look at this one. A couple of the open questions, though. The context length management. So in multi-turn, you're growing the total context of every request with every subsequent request. This could end up exceeding the model's maximum sequence length, or like the requested input maximum. And so there's a truncation strategy that we have to employ, or just allow the request to fail. The truncation strategy, if you truncate the prefix, it's important because you have lost strict prefix caching of all of the requests. And so if you were burdened to strict prefix caching, you will get exactly 0 cache hits for subsequent requests after truncation. And then if you truncate from the end of those requests, you will hit 100% prefix cache hit rate. So I think we just need some observability strategy here for understanding when the configuration of the data set kind of enables this scenario. And documentation, because you should probably only use rounds per user or multi-turn chat for like long context scenarios. The second is error handling. Yes, so if you have sequential uh, request response pairs, 1 through n, but you have one in the middle, like request 5 fail, this is for handling the error. And I think the initial implementation is to just drop that one and proceed to the next round, uh, ignoring the fact that the previous one erred. I think that will be correct. This will probably also have to be documented. And then conversation state and context is stored locally within each worker. It's efficient, but a user session is tied to a specific process. This is global conversation state management that allows any worker to handle any turn for a given user session. So, a part of this implementation strategy was that uh, all of our requests are sharded to worker processes, anyways. This specifically shards the concept of users to workers so that a worker is handling some group of users. And that's because when the process actually executes a request and gets a response, it has to append that into this data set. So right now, it's efficient because we don't have to do cross-process communication in order to send the next request. But we are going to run into maybe some scenarios where like the scalability of this is like not flexible enough, especially if we ever consider going to multiple node. We'll need uh, a better cross-process communication framework than we currently use anyways. But I will take a deeper look. This is just for posterity. Brenda, do you have any questions on this one?
No questions so far. I'll also take a look if I have time.
Cool. Let's take a look at a couple of these other ones that have been open for a while. This just needs a ping. This still has a couple of open requests for documentation changes. I think we talked about this last week, but people were mostly okay with doing this. There's just a couple of logistics items on that to get in. I'm assuming the KubeCon demo results can be ignored for right now.
Correct.
Or
Yeah, ignore this one.
is there any docs or update for review from others that we want to look at?
Only Sashin, and I'm still actively contributing to this.
Okay.
I'm expecting to have a full set of results by tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like sometime next week then. Are you guys planning to like add slides or anything that you want community review on first?
Likely next week, yes.
Okay. And And the last is Trace Load Gen. I'm just double checking. Last was September 12th. So we may need to reach out one more time offline to author and uh, double check because this is a P0 item for 1.0. So we might need someone to take this over if necessary. Do you have any open topics, Brendan?
None from me.
Okay, great. Then we'll talk to you next time.